We all hear of those crazy stories where in market crashes people lost all their wealth. It makes investing feels like a gambling. The market volatility hits us very hard when we don't have a solid foundation. What we do, we quickly go and sell the stocks when it is dropping the value. Always get into a cycle of buying at high and then selling at low. And this personally happened to me around 2021. I put all my wealth in crypto and I have seen how the values started drop. I know Bitcoin and Ethereum's all these cryptos are solid. It is going to come up, back up, but that is all the money I had. I didn't have a solid foundation, so I have lost a lot of money by selling those crypto assets prematurely. So there are a lot of emotional decisions taken. The basis for those, I don't have a proper foundation. Because of that lack of foundation, I had to make a decision of selling those crypto assets prematurely. We really need a solid foundations. After making fair share of mistakes, I have learned few strategies and the tricks to build this wealth. Let's talk about the biggest mistake of building a generational wealth. That is our mindset. From a middle class, our aspirations are too high. So what we do, the limited amount of money what we saved from our salary every month and try to put it into a riskier assets or start a business, and then we lose that money. We need to own assets, not a cash. Achieving this investor mindset of owning assets won't come easy to us because of those experience and the stories around us. We need to get into a system where it truly changes our mindsets. The secret isn't starting with a huge amount. The secret is starting with what you have, but invest it consistently in a less risky assets. So identifying a less risky assets which is not going to lose its value to inflation. At the same time, it can able to handle all the market volatility and able to grow above that inflation. That is a key. Let's see why gold. Gold is not for just a jewelry. It is a perfect insurance for your wealth building. Wealth building involves putting your money into assets. Sometimes mostly it involves a risky assets. If we want to build a serious wealth from the salary what we have, we need to go into a risky assets. But to go into risky assets, we need to have a solid foundation which is not risky. Gold is a platform which gives us the cushion or the foundation. Remember 2008 or 2020 or even like a recent 2025 crash. During all those times, people who has invested or had their foundation built with gold, they had like a peaceful sleep. They need to worry about it. This asset class, the gold, is not going to get you rich quickly in next few years. But it is an asset class which gives you peace of mind. Think about Warren Buffett's golden rules. Rule number one is never lose your money. Rule number two, never forget about rule number one. Gold is the only way to get to that golden rule of Warren Buffett. How do we actually build that foundation? You might hear a lot of strategy with like a 250 grams of gold or a 400 grams of gold. But the problem with this, everybody's salary is different. Achieving 250 grams or a 400 grams with the salary what we have is not going to be practical. So that's why I have to come up with a strategy for me. That is, I should have a gold. It's equivalent to 1 year's salary. For example, like if my salary is $100,000, I have to have $100,000 worth of gold invested, and that will be my golden foundation. If you invest 50% of your salary every month into this gold in a year or two, you should be able to comfortably achieve this target. I personally did a weekly investments. So that way I will have 52 weeks of buying opportunity. And just to be clear, it's purely for your retirement. This gold investment doesn't involve your jewelry purchase for your daughters or wife or mothers. That is totally different. That you have to manage in another 50% of your salary. This 50% of your salary is purely for your retirement investments and building that golden foundation. During this critical accumulation period, never deviate your mind. Never invest in stocks or cryptos or any fancy business ideas from your friends. Don't do it. First, ensure you have that 1 year salary worth of gold is invested into your retirement funds. This stage is where you truly start building your wealth as well as your mindset on living in just 50% of your salary. The same time, let the remaining 50% of your salary to achieve the financial freedom early. If building a golden foundation for your financial freedom sounds good for you, then smash that subscribe button. You will get more smart strategy like this delivered to you. Let's jump into what are the tools and the methods I have used to invest in gold. One of the best way is to invest in a gold ETFs. These gold ETFs, you can buy it in fractions or as a whole. So that flexibility helps us when you try to automate based on the dollar amount what we have. If you are in Canada, these are the two ETFs which I used to invest in. That is a Purpose Gold and BMO Gold ETF funds. If you are in USA, you have got a great number of gold ETFs, SPDR Gold and iShares Micro. In Canada, hold these ETFs either in TFSA or RRSP. In USA, hold this in IRA or in 401k. Some of you prefer to have a physical gold. I have physical gold also. The strategy what I have even inside of this fund is 70% gold ETF, 30% is a physical gold. The reason is some of us may not know where do we retire. We are in USA, Canada or other places, but if we have a plan to retire in India, there is a strategy. So the strategy which I use it, 70% of this target, like $70,000, I would be investing in the retirement account what we have using a gold ETF. Remaining 30%, I buy physical gold as a coins and then keep it in a bank locker because security is very important when it comes to physical gold. Physical gold is always have an edge that it easy to access and there is no much tax on that when you try to sell it. So that's why there is always a place for a physical gold. That is the last insurance because whatever happens in this world, there is a bank locker, a gold is there which you can easily access it. You can convert that into a cash. If you have a bank locker in the country where you are and you decided to stay in there, then go and buy this gold and put it into the locker. But if you are planning to return to India, then I would suggest if you have a locker there and then buy 30% of the target in a gold coins and invest it there. You can buy these physical gold coins if you are in USA, in Canada. Costco gives you gold, and there are a lot of jewelries out there. You can go and inquire, but always ensure you use a quality meter to measure the quality of the coins what you buy. And in India, you have thousands of outlets. You can go to any trusted retailers, buy the coins, but there also use a quality meters to measure each and every coin every time when you buy it before you store it into the vault, because you need to know what is goes into the locker, what purity it is, when you bought it, all these details you need it for the future. So better always have those receipts when you buy it and have those quality details, quality metrics receipts, and then keep it in a safe place. Financial freedom comes by not trying to time the market. It comes from consistently owning a real assets and crucially using automation to outsmart our emotions, because the mindsets, the emotion is a bigger play. For a few years we may not have that emotional strength to continuously invest. That's why we have to go with automations. There are a lot of apps like a Wealth Simple in Canada, Robinhood in USA, Zerodha in India. These are the three apps which I prefer to set up this auto investing. Always beat your emotions by setting an auto investment plan. By start building your golden foundations, you're not just investing. What I'm actually doing is start trying to build your mindset as an investor. So you start living in the 50% of your salary, and the remaining 50% is being converted into assets, which is going to speed up your journey towards the financial freedom. I love to hear from you. If you have any questions on the strategy, what we have discussed here, or any questions on how do we invest in a gold in USA, Canada, and India, please add in comments in the comment section. I'll try to answer it. Thanks for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next video.